Welcome to the Ejected podcast. I'm Rich Jarbo, alongside here with Brian Loftus and Sonny Palmer. How we doing today, lads?
How's I-95 doing? That's the question.
Couldn't be better.
You had some traffic coming in?
Yeah.
All right, we want to mention the March Madness is approaching. Okay, March Madness is close indeed. It's pretty much going to be started by the time this is out. But we here at the Ejected Incorporated are having a bracket challenge. You can join the group on ESPN.com. It's called the Ejected Bracket. Just not without the, of course. But Ejected Bracket, I'm going to put a link to it here on the screen and in the description. So check that out. So all you have to do is you make your bracket on ESPN.com, make your picks, and then you send it in to ESPN. And if you want the chance for the money, you got to check the boxes. So if you want to do it for free, you do it for free.
Well, yeah, it's for free. But you also have to be following us on Instagram or Twitter.
You have to be following us on Instagram or on Twitter. And the person with the closest bracket will win a $25 gift card, a Visa gift card.
It's free of charge.
It's free money, and it's guaranteed because it's the closest.
Right.
Sonny, we have a prize if you get a perfect bracket, too.
What's that prize?
Oh, boy.
That prize is a brand new car we're going to go with. And a trip to Paris.
Am I putting on my Honda Accord?
It's Paris, Texas, not France. But
All right, that's fine.
Paris. All expenses paid to Paris, Texas.
That's fine. It's
and,
a nice town.
and a car.
Great barbecue, don't worry.
And a car if you get a perfect. You have to get a perfect bracket.
We'll get you a Texas Longhorn there while you're there.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, and with that being said, good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Fill out the brackets. I mean, come on now.
Fill out the brackets.
Just do it.
We're not asking much.
And if you want to move on to the ejection seat.
Who's getting the hell out of here? That's the question. You guys start us off.
All right, I'm going to go first then. Okay. I'm going to take away on the ejection seat. I'm putting the entire Sixers roster.
Oh, wow.
I want them on the spot with bright lights. I'm really not happy.
All of them?
All of them. How are you going to go to the Nets game and in Philadelphia with Ben Simmons on the bench and just underperform?
They laid an egg.
I mean, you did everyone see this game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The score was, I think they lost by 30-something points.
It was bad. It was bad.
It was really bad. I was sitting there with my buds, and we were just, our faces were just, you could see the disappointment. James Harden shot like 3 for 17,
something like that.
Embiid didn't do that good. Maxey was shooting terrible.
They got smacked in the mouth.
And this is the Ben Simmons game, and they even had F Ben Simmons chants. I don't know if you heard about that.
When they were being kind, that they had F.
This was in the first quarter.
The first half.
And by the end of the game.
You know what's funny? They went to boo Ben Simmons, and by the end of the game, they were booing the 76ers. And that's Philly fans for you. Because it was a pitiful performance, much like last night, too.
Still just one game. Let's see if they play them in a 7-game series. Let's see what happens.
We're going to have to, I guess we're going to have to wait. Is that the next time they play in the playoffs? Probably.
They might have another game or so in there. I don't think they can look at the schedule.
Not until the playoffs.
That was bad.
Nope.
All right, on to you, Sonny, with your ejection seat.
Oh, well, that sham retirement we saw 40 days ago. Tom Brady. The guy is not retiring. I mean, on my diva list, I had Aaron Rodgers seated atop. He can move over. Now it's Brady. 40 days later, now he's not retiring. Come on. Anything in the world to get in the headlines to be talked about. I mean, come on. He just shouldn't have announced it. Not the end of the world, but you're a legend. After 20-something years, you announce your retirement. You didn't even wait till training camp. Hell, the draft didn't even arrive yet. And now you're back because you can't sit in the stands. It is what it is. I don't know. Somebody joked, is it because of the gas prices? Giselle made him go back to work?
I'm surprised you're not happy about this because
it's the whole soap opera bit. I honestly can care. I'm a Dolphins fan. I can care less about the Bucks one way or another. It's the whole watch me, look at me, talk about me. We've talked about you when you won 7 Super Bowls, rightfully so. He's a legend. He's the best ever. Don't call retirement for no reason. hang 40 days with the family, and now realize, oh, well, I don't really want to be around them the whole time anyway. I want to play football. So
I'm actually shocked you feel this. Like, a lot of people are really happy that this is happening, which I know a lot of people don't like him. Like, you can't like the GOAT. Like, no one's going to like... Do we agree that he is the GOAT?
No question.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people hate LeBron James, right? A lot of people hate Michael Jordan because they're so good. A lot of people hate Tom Brady, but now I feel like a lot of people really like him, including myself.
I don't think he's hated like LeBron.
No, oh, no way.
No, not even close.
And the people that hate those two guys, LeBron and Tom Brady, I don't want to say, you can't use the word hate, because if they were both playing for your team, you would love them.
Sure.
Oh, I would have a Brady tattoo on me, for God's sake.
Yes, and to your point, the diva, yes. Did he get tired? Maybe. Ooh, we got a phone call.
We got a phone call.
Do we go right from Jump Street to the phone call?
I say we answer the phone.
Hello?
Oh, hello. Who is this?
Hey, Brian, what's going on? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly. Announce your name, caller.
Kieran Kelly.
Kieran Kelly. Where are you calling from, Kieran?
I am calling from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
City of brotherly love.
How did you find this podcast? I know who you are. What do you got to say? We were just talking about LeBron James and Tom Brady. Tom Brady being the diva coming out of retirement. Before we get to Howie Roseman, what are your thoughts on Tom Brady coming out of retirement?
I'm surprised he went back to Tampa. I thought he'd go to the West Coast, maybe go to San Francisco, back to his hometown, but when players flip-flop on retirement, it doesn't surprise me anymore.
Sometimes you get tired of staying at home with the wife. Am I right or am I right?
I have no opinion.
Just a smart man.
Plead the fifth, dude. I know who your wife is. She's my sister. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so we just got into the talk about NFL right now. What have you thought about the Eagles' moves right now? What are your thoughts on the drafts going on right at this point?
I like Hassan Reddick. I think as long as they keep him as an edge rusher and they don't try to put him into this box and make him do things he's not capable of doing, that he'll be a great addition. The Greg Ward thing, okay, 1 year, whatever. I'm starting to believe now that Hassan Reddick is Howie Roseman's big splash for this offseason. And, you see it every year with him. He tries to win on the secondary and third markets, and then at the end of training camp, he pulls people off the scrap heap to fill positions he needs.
I need to ask you about this, especially because we're not face-to-face, because you're taller than me. Where would you rank the 4 Philadelphia GMs right now? Because I have Howie Roseman at number 1, and I know you disagree with me on that one. I got you.
Right now, the way it sits, I got to put Murray at number 1. I guess Dombrowski by default, because he hasn't been here long enough to make it worse, at 2. And then the Flyers GM, whose name for whatever reason is escaping me right now.
Because Chuck Fletcher. Because who gives a crap, man? Howie Roseman at least has to be one of your top 2 right now.
I am taking every high school athletic director working right now before I put Howie Roseman on that list.
He's won
Point taken.
And you're getting some agreements right now from some people, but he won a Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl with Andy and Chip's roster. He made an obvious addition with Alshon Jeffrey at wide receiver, and then he pulled Blunt and Ajayi off the scrap heap. Again, winning on the secondary market.
And sometimes that's what you have to do. That looks like what the Phillies are going to have to do right now, because the Phillies just aren't spending. You got Dave Dombrowski bringing back Odubel Herrera right now, which is absurd.
Which is an atrocity of its own.
Thank you. This is why we're related. Who's your starting quarterback next year? Who do you want?
I think you got to stick with Hurts at this point. Nobody coming out of college really excites me to move up for. And, the free agent pool is pretty light.
You got Deshaun Watson out there. Gentlemen, what do you guys think? Do you go for Deshaun Watson or you stick with Hurts?
Stick with Hurts. Made the wild card team with him. Build around him. Plug holes through free agency. Draft properly, which Roseman hasn't done. No thank you to Deshaun Watson.
I think we should
stick with the kid.
Get the caller in the upper management level here, because I love the ideas.
You're our virgin caller, Mr. Kieran Kelly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
My man.
Got it.
Thank you for calling in.
You got it, guys. Have a good night.
Talk to you soon, homie. So, Sonny, you were finishing up your ejected seat right there with Tom Brady.
I would have
Mr.
had
Diva.
If he didn't come back, I would have had trouble coming up with my one for the week. So in that way, thank you, Tom.
I'm going to honorable mention Mr. Glenn Rivers, and I won't call him Doc Rivers because he has not earned a doctorate. Because, Rich, to your point, the Sixers have been atrocious against good teams so far since the Harden trade. The record has looked nice, but when they go up against Miami, when they go up against Brooklyn, and when they go up against the Nuggets last night, and I want to slam this right now, they completely choke.
Yeah,
they're up by 19.
19, right.
The Nuggets go on a 28-7 run, and there's not one timeout called. What are you doing? And this guy's been notorious for blowing 3-1 series leads in the playoffs numerous times with plenty of talent on the team. Is he going to be the thing that holds the Sixers back? I don't know. But having said that, he's my honorable mention. Dave Dombrowski, you can go in the hot seat right now, the ejection seat. You're not spending right now. The owner said he was going to give you stupid money to spend. The luxury tax just went up. You're going to go sign Odubel Herrera and Jairus Familia, former Mets closer, by the way, both involved in domestic violence disputes. Look, what are you doing? There's Schwarber out there. There's Nick Castellanos, Chris Bryant. The Phillies won't get Freddie Freeman. Obviously, he's not going back to the Braves after the Matt Olson trade from Oakland to the Braves. But Dave Dombrowski, figure it out.
And he's been a good GM.
In the past,
the architect of the Marlins well over 20 years ago. He's definitely a good eye for talent. He's an excellent GM. Mm-hmm. He's not showing it right now. But the season, it hasn't even started. Let's see what happens.
You have the reigning NL MVP right now who is practically playing your general manager and saying, I want this guy, I want this guy. Go get him. You have the money to do it. And that's that.
And with that, since we're on the topic of football, why not move into what's going on in the NFL so far?
Tackle and fuel.
We already mentioned Tom Brady, of course, coming out of retirement. What else is there to be said?
Well, the Cowboys are gutting their roster, it looks like. Amari Cooper, he's gone, I believe, to the Browns, if I'm not mistaken.
For like a 5th and 6th round pick, which is impressive. He's still 27, 28 years old. He's
a couple
below
of 1,000-yard
30.
seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Their division is still winnable. I mean, they've got the Giants. They've got Washington in there. I mean, if Jerry drafts properly, which he's shown historically, he doesn't. He's too stubborn to get a general manager. He trusts himself. Let's see what happens there. They're probably still going to win the division. I mean, your Eagles sure as hell could.
You know what I love is that Carson Wentz went to the Washington Commanders.
3rd team in 3 seasons. Did they get enough for him in that deal?
No. Oh, I think the guy is a head case, to be honest with you. I think he's a nice guy. I don't think he ever recovered from that injury in 2017. And I don't think mentally he recovered from Nick Foles taking over for him and winning that Super Bowl, because there's rumors out there, and probably not even rumors. He mentioned to teammates, he was happy they won the Super Bowl, but he wasn't happy that he wasn't the starting quarterback winning that Super Bowl, which...
It's understandable, but...
He doesn't seem like a team player to me.
That's where I was going with that. Were you truly ecstatic that the city of Philadelphia finally won a Super Bowl? Or were you kind of, sucks to be me, I wasn't starting?
And there's a reason the Colts got rid of him.
Right away.
Like that.
With nobody in place to take over.
Nobody in place.
that speaks volumes. It wasn't just a salary cap issue, in my opinion.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Garoppolo goes to the Colts.
That I would have thought Trubisky or Garoppolo. Maybe they make a deal for Jimmy G.
You know, we could talk about the Dolphins. Who you going with at quarterback, Sonny?
Oh, it'll be Tua. They signed Teddy Bridgewater to back up, a Miami product. Not University of Miami.
Right.
Grew up in the city. Let's see what happens. I think he's a better backup than what they had last year in Jacoby Brissett.
I think he's...
I don't think it's going to be a battle. I mean, the job is Tua's, as I think it should be. I mean, it just seems that there's people are either in favor of Tua, or you have the group that just doesn't believe in him whatsoever. Give him an offensive line, let him develop. It's his third offensive staff in 3 years, mainly coordinators. Last year, they had 2 offensive coordinators, which made no sense to me. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
It's like Bill Parcells used to say, give me the groceries, or what was it? I'll do.
If you want me to cook the meal, let me pick out the groceries.
Yes. It's as simple as that. I do like Tua, and it's tough going through that transition when you have one offensive coordinator after another, and you don't understand the system. I feel like Tua has the talent. He's got the arm like Michael Vick. He has the speed like Michael Vick.
He's got a wide receiver in Jalen Waddle. I mean, and as a rookie, he caught over 100 passes with a shaky offensive line and almost no running game.
You got to build in the trenches.
They constantly put the cart before the horse. They go after the receivers, the running backs, without fixing the offensive line. Brandon Scherf was a lineman I was hoping they were going to get. Left Washington to go to Jacksonville, which speaks volumes. I mean, Jacksonville's a complete train wreck. They're a perennial bottom feeder. They're still signing free agents. Let's see what happens. I mean, it is Jacksonville.
They got a new head coach in Jacksonville, former Eagle head coach Doug Peterson. And most of Philadelphia, if not all of them, is rooting for Doug Peterson in Jacksonville, mainly because he's not in their division. So
Didn't like what he did in the end of Philly, where he didn't play Jalen Hurts. He played that third stringer. I don't even know his name.
I want to say Nate Sudfeld.
That's it. That in itself, I don't want to say it's a fireable offense. If I'm the GM, and I wouldn't want to be that type of GM where I'm telling you, hey, you need to put this guy on the field. You drafted Jalen Hurts. It's the end of the season. That's the guy you want to see and develop. Not Nate, whatever his last name is.
Here's what they're saying, that wasn't Doug Peterson's decision. That came down from the top so they could lose that game and improve their draft stock.
Oh, I mean, that's happened before. I mean, it could have happened in Miami.
And then you
for all we
fire
know.
the guy after winning a Super Bowl 2 years.
Here's what I want to talk about.
Talk to me.
All right? Winning time. Because I said we would talk about this.
You need to.
And you said something earlier.
What I said?
I don't remember.
Neither do I.
Without spoiling it, because some people here have not seen Winning Time for some
HBO Max.
for some reason. But you said something. We're talking about Jerry West and how we didn't even know he was. I mean, I knew he coached at one point. I didn't know he was a.
Jerry West is the logo of the NBA, and I did not realize Jerry West. I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen Winning Time, episode 2. This guy comes off as a real, in a good way, he comes off as a real SOB. And it's so great. Played by Jason Clarke, who was in Zero Dark 30, among other movies. But Jerry West was not happy with Magic Johnson coming to the Lakers.
There's an iconic video of the draft and just when Magic got drafted. And his face is just, he's not happy.
If you haven't seen Winning Time, episode 1 and episode 2 in the first 5 minutes will suck you right in.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But what were we talking about earlier?
John C. Reilly just completely coming away with an Oscar on this.
That's what we were talking about. You said John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell don't like each other. And you said because of this role. And I'm curious.
From what I heard, Will Ferrell was in the running for this role as Dr. Jerry Buss in the show Winning Time. And I guess somehow John C. Reilly came in and snuck it away from him, and he's done a phenomenal job. It is.
Oh, John C. Reilly?
John C. Reilly's done an impeccable job as Dr. Jerry Buss, and it's The show's hilarious, and they portray it perfectly. And the majority of the stuff I didn't even know about.
No, I didn't either. I wasn't even alive for the. I mean, this was like the 70s.
Yeah, late 70s, early 80s. I remember
Beginning of the Showtime Lakers.
Yeah, we Sonny, you and I remember their rivalry with the Lakers, or excuse me, their rivalry with the Celtics going on between the Lakers and the Celtics. And there's a scene with Red Auerbach and Jerry Buss in there, which is, I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, no, don't spoil it. We'll leave it at that. But that's interesting because I didn't know that.
Sally Field, legendary actress, makes an appearance in episode 2.
That's right.
I won't say her role. The Forrest Gump's mom, for some of the younger viewers. Mrs. Doubtfire in there. Well, she wasn't Mrs. Doubtfire, but
she was the mom.
Miranda, I think her name.
Yeah, that's it.
Great movie.
But into the next thing, I want to start the top 10 a little early because this is going to kick us into March Madness in college basketball.
I love March Madness.
So if you'll direct your attention to the screen here,
say less.
We're going to get into our ejected top 10 plays of the week. At number 10, we have Terrence Ross with almost the reverse jam here against the Pelicans. A really nice dunk there.
Throw it down, big man.
Oh, yeah. And at number 9 here, we got Carmelo puts Romeo Langford on skates there. That's vintage Melo.
He's still got some gas in the tank.
Absolutely. I love to see him like that because I loved Melo growing up.
Syracuse Orangeman right there.
At number 8 here, Jackson Hayes, the Showtime through the legs dunk in the game. Yikes.
That would have won the dunk contest.
At number 7, we got Agbachi with this alley-oop slam. Oh, off the inbound pass, too. Look at the fans.
Take care, comb your hair.
Number 6, Aaron Gordon breaks LeBron, turns him around. At that, the King, look at him. Doesn't know where to
age
go.
on that one.
And he makes the shot.
He looks like a 37-year-old in that one.
And number 5, we got Isaiah Jackson with the posterizer. As soon as the game started, not even 2 minutes in. Yikes.
A little jawing after the fact.
Number 4 here, Tyler Hero to Bam. I was at that game, by the way, sitting up in the seats. I saw that. Just the alley-oop over the Cavs there.
And these hideous Heat jerseys, by the way.
Oh, but we're going to talk. Number 3 here, Jaylen Brown, poster on Kevin Garnett's jersey retirement night, might I add. Yikes. And that's a big man, too. How do you get posterized as a big man? Number 2 here, we've got Onyeka Okongwu with this alley-oop finish by Trae Young. Puts him on the floor. And what do you do at that point if you're just that man? The poor guy. Number 1 here, college basketball, Darius Maddox wins the game here for Virginia Tech in overtime. Buzzer beater, great. Look at what a moment.
Gotta love that.
What a moment to have with your team. As we look at this again here. Just a great shot. Ice in his veins.
Let the March Madness begin, boys.
Get a little bench reaction here. That's going to be our ejected top 10 plays of the week, and that'll move us in to March Madness.
Well, and you know what? That top play sparked Virginia Tech to knock off Duke in the ACC championship game, which was so fun to watch. The tournament hasn't even started, and it's
already going fantastic.
It's getting great. I've already lost some money on it, but I'm all right with it because it's what I deserve for not betting the Big East champs right here.
Now, I'll tell you one thing, okay? Right before we go into March Madness, you said that those are hideous jerseys. I think they're fantastic.
I would disagree with you on that, Sonny.
I think
the Miami
really
Vice
good
jerseys. I like the blue. I don't really like the pink ones so much.
I like those
the
too.
Miami Heat jerseys.
Whoever's in charge of that.
I love the alternates of them. There are some hideous jerseys out there right now.
The numbers are 2 different colors. The pink.
That's the whole point.
Call me, I'm old school. I grew up with the New York Knicks classic jersey, Lakers, Celtics. I'm not saying I'm not up for change. that is typical Miami, typical South Beach. I personally think it's ridiculous.
But I'm going to tell you a little story here, because I was at that game with Tyler Hero and Bam there, and we were sitting up in like 400 or whatever. I was with all my friends, and you can't sports gamble in Florida. But we texted a bookie. He's 13 years old, by the way.
You know a guy who knows a guy.
He's got a system.
Yep.
All right. I'm not gonna
say less.
How. Nope. All right. We
Plead
texted him. We said Heat money line to win the game. All right. We said Bam first bucket. That's it, and we put $100 on it, us collectively. Mm-hmm. First bucket goes to Bam. We got a video. Cue that video right there.
They cashed Bam's first basket at the game.
Okay. Bam gets the first bucket. Heat win the game. Okay, we're all excited in the video, as you saw. And the bet was not placed. We would have won $400.
You got to be absolutely dicking my bird.
Zach did not place the bet.
I would talk to this 13-year-old. I would shove him in a locker.
Zach did not place the bet. I couldn't believe it. We got him. We were like, yeah, for it. He's like, ooh.
Well, no. Now, let me ask you this: do you know that he didn't place the bet?
Nah, he said he didn't place the bet.
He's not walking around with.
No, he's not. Oh, no, he's not walking around with our money. That he's 13. I think I could take him. I did
some funny stuff when I was 13. I'm just saying.
No. He wouldn't take them. He didn't place the bet. I couldn't believe it.
He's grounded.
He's more than grounded. But getting back into the March Madness.
Let's talk March Madness. Who do you guys like in this tournament?
My 4. It happened to be...
Oh, on the bracket, yeah.
Let's talk our... we could talk... let's not go through the whole thing. But
oh, no, God. No.
Let's talk, who do we got Elite 8? Who do we got Final 4? Who do we got winning?
I'll give you my Final 4. And nothing exciting here. 1-4, Arizona over Providence. Gonzaga, who lost in the finals last year. I have them going back, beating UCLA. And in the finals, Gonzaga over Arizona.
Okay. Based on the quick look, who is your biggest, who's the furthest Cinderella that you have? Because I have mine right here.
The furthest Cinderella.
Loyola Chicago is always a sexy pick. I don't have them. I got them winning a couple rounds.
There, yeah.
I had Creighton going to the Sweet 16.
I think mine would be I have Davidson winning in the first round against Michigan State. I'm really scared of that, but I think they'll pull through based on the stats.
Steph Curry's alma mater.
Yeah. And then I have Virginia Tech beating Texas in the first round. I thought that was smart on my part.
I got Virginia Tech Sweet 16. I got Iowa State Sweet 16. I got Richmond Sweet 16. I got the Vermont. How about this one? The Vermont Catamounts Sweet 16. My biggest in the Elite 8, I think it's Houston as a 5 seed is what I got. But after that, it's pretty much just chalk. My Final 4, I got Duke versus Kentucky. I got Villanova versus Kansas. I got Duke beating Kentucky. I got Villanova beating Kansas.
I have this
chalk like
almost
me.
The same one. I have very similar.
There's only one seed in my Final 4, and that's Kansas. I got them losing to Villanova, and 2 versus 2 matchup.
That's exactly what I have.
Villanova beating Duke.
I just have.
Sorry, Coach K.
I have Duke beating Kentucky. I think you had that too.
Yep.
I have Kansas beating Villanova, though.
Okay.
And then Kansas and Duke, and I think Duke wins.
Ooh,
78-74.
We might have to put some money down on that game. I got Villanova with 69 against Duke 66.
That's fair. But yeah,
it should be a good one.
I think we've already got like 10 people in this group, by the way. It
should be a good one. Like we said, a $25 gift card going out.
Guaranteed winner. That's the most important thing.
So get it in by Thursday before tip-off at noon. This podcast should be up by then, so you guys will have.
For sure.
You guys got fair warning. We've sent some text messages out.
Yeah, check. You can check the Instagram too for news on that on the challenge. There's even a how to enter. I'm gonna throw a tutorial in there, so made it very easy for everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just so you know, you fill out your bracket, type in join group, and it's ejected bracket, not broadcast. Ejected bracket. Can we talk about some Major League Baseball real quick, too? I want to talk about the Mets.
Just for a quick minute.
I want to talk about Jacob deGrom. What do you think about him opting out?
It's a business. I can't blame him. If Scherzer, his brand new teammate, is making I don't know how much more than him, you got to test the waters. Yeah. I mean, I believe he wants to end his career in Queens. I mean, I'm a lifelong Met fan. I'd love to see it. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business.
And I agree. He's betting on himself. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's had a couple of injuries the last few years. When he's healthy, there's nobody better than him. His stats, his ERA are just ridiculous.
He's a monster.
He can essentially break, 40, maybe 45 million. If he has a 15, 16 game win season with the low ERA.
16-5, a 3.20 ERA. Boom, that's all you're asking for, right?
I mean, who can pay him? The Mets, the Yankees, the Red Sox. I pray to God it's not the Yankees. Maybe Philadelphia. There are maybe a handful of teams.
That won't be Philadelphia.
That will pay.
They'd rather. Does Jacob deGrom have any domestic abuse allegations against him?
No.
So the Phillies won't take him. So you can rule them out.
You could scratch that team off.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him stay, but let's see. He's, I believe, in his early 30s.
Well, you just got Bassett from the Oakland A's. Mm-hmm. So your top four right now: deGrom, Scherzer, Bassett, Taijuan Walker.
All-star last year.
And Bassett got hit in the head with a line drive last year. Where is this? Hold on. A 3.15 ERA last year in the American League.
It's a 90-win team with just those starters. Let's see if the offense holds its own. You should be looking at a 90, 95-win team. For sure.
I'm worried about the Mets because if that pitching staff stays healthy, they're dangerous.
With a good bullpen, yeah. And they had a good pen last year, so let's see what happens.
Well, you don't have to worry about Uris Familia coming in and blowing any saves for you guys. He'll do that just down the I-95.
Is he a closer for the Phillies or a setup man?
What's a closer for the Phillies?
I think we just answer the question. He's your closer.
Brad Lidge ain't coming through the door anytime soon. I have no idea who the closer is for the Phillies, and it's disturbing.
It's probably Familia. I mean, when he's on, he's not a Mariano Rivera. If he's a 30, 35 save guy, see what he can do. I mean, he was a setup man for the Mets for a year or two.
Yeah.
And then we got Edwin Diaz. But Familia was a closer for a few years.
Well, you know what we got to close it out with, too? Our top five.
Yes.
Athletes, past or present, that you would love to spend a day with.
I liked this.
24 hours. You get 24 hours to spend a day with this athlete. Could be living or dead. Could be a current athlete. Could be a former athlete.
All right, I'm going to go first. Honorable mention goes to Kevin Garnett. Okay, he's my first or second favorite basketball player ever. I really always enjoyed Celtics Garnett.
He's a solid power forward.
I really liked him. But he doesn't make the list because I don't know what I'd do with him other than basketball,
That's where I went with that, yeah.
So I'd love to play with him, but I got some other people here I'd like to play basketball with. So that's where he's at there.
Basketball.
Coming in at number 5, I've got Karl Anthony Towns, which, by the way...
How about a night he had?
32 and a quarter? Oh. That's in 60-point franchise record. A career high for him, of course, but...
Tip of the cap to the cat.
32 in the third quarter. And he had 56 by the third quarter. And he only scored 4 in the fourth, which is wild to me. But so Cat, and then I also have Devin Booker, because they go as a team here, and they play some video games. And I would like to play specifically Warzone with Call of Duty Warzone with them, because I know I've seen them play that before, and it's kind of entertaining, actually. But that's what I'd like to do with them there. Number 4, Michael Jordan. I'd love to go one-on-one with Michael Jordan. It would be I get smoked, but who doesn't want to?
If you could get a bucket out of it.
I'm getting a bucket.
Just look for.
He's like 50-something years old. I think I'm getting one.
Yeah.
I just got to hit a shot, like 1-3.
Sonny and I have never seen you play basketball before.
No, but
you got any video out there?
I got a video of me hitting a free throw at American Airlines Arena.
All right. Whoa.
One try, by the way.
Whoa. All right. Let me slide back here.
Definitely putting it in there. But so that's what I got to offer up against Michael Jordan. He's only got like 6 rings, so it's like
it's only 6.
Yeah. Number 3, I have Embiid and Matisse Thybulle.
Oh, you're all basketball here. Okay.
For now.
Okay.
I got Embiid and Matisse Thybulle. I'd love to play basketball with Embiid, my favorite player ever. And then Matisse Thybulle had a vlog channel, YouTube channel in the bubble, where he went like a day in the life, and I'd really like to film some videos with Matisse Thybulle. I think that would be fun.
Can you teach Matisse how to hit an open shot? Because I mean, you're good at American Airlines Arena. You can hit a shot on your first try.
I love Matisse.
I like him too. I like his defense. He had 6 steals last night. Could you just hit an open 3?
I'll give him some of
during
my
clutch time. Maybe that's all I ask. I don't ask much. Just hit an open shot.
I'll give him some of my pointers. But coming in number 2, I have Tom Brady.
Okay.
I'd like to run some routes with Tom Brady. I think that would be a fun time.
So does Giselle.
I get what you mean there.
No, I was talking football.
And at number 1, I have LeBron. I'd love to play basketball with LeBron and Bronny too. I think.
Okay.
That would be fun.
Could be fun.
I like my list.
That's
it.
It's a solid list.
Okay.
Sonny, we're going to need some pictures on this one.
Yeah.
We're going to have some good ones. Sonny, take us away.
All right. Top 5. Starting with at 5, the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, good pick.
Came up at the age of 19 years old. Became the all-time points leader after just 10 years in the league. He broke Gordie Howe's record. Gordie Howe played 26 years in the NHL. Gretzky shattered that record in a decade. We could talk about greats of the game in any sport. I think he's the most dominant and great at his sport, far more than Jordan. And baseball, we could argue forever. Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, what have you. When they say the great one, I think he epitomizes that. So I'm going to go with Gretzky. Not so exciting off the ice. I just love to watch a hockey game with him, talk hockey with him.
That would be a good time.
The numbers are outstanding.
85 goals in the season. You can go on forever. 4 cups. The architect of those Edmonton Oilers teams in the 80s. Number 4, home run king, the real home run king, Hank Aaron. Just his journey, not just breaking Babe Ruth's record, just the hatred, the racism, the times, during the 70s, everything he went through. A lot of animosity towards him because of the color of his skin, breaking Babe Ruth's record. Paralleling that to number 3, Jackie Robinson.
Another great pick.
Time before broke the color barrier. And that's what he's most known for. But let's not forget, he's a Hall of Fame phenomenal second baseman. We can thank Branch Rickey, former Dodger GM, for bringing him in. And for not just doing something historic as far as society. Again, look what he did on the field.
Yeah.
Had a 42. The movie about him was
great movie.
A champion in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Next up, now, not so much for his career, believe it or not, more so for a comedic value, Mike Tyson.
Oh, that's a fantastic pick. I love.
Listen,
oh,
you got to
man,
spend 24 hours with him.
I botched my list. Man.
You've seen the great knockouts, the fights. I mean, if you've seen the movie Hangover, need I say more?
My favorite movie.
Need I say? I could go on forever. A night out of drinking or what have you.
Yeah.
With Mike Tyson,
24 hours.
Yeah. A night in Vegas, maybe, without going to jail.
He'll be awake for the entire 24 hours too. Chances are.
Might want to wear some headphones to that.
And no pets. I don't need any, tiger. None of his crazy pets either.
That is a really good pick. I really like that.
And number 1, I forgot to give my honorable mention, but I'll give that after. Number 1, Muhammad Ali.
I like Mike Tyson better.
The champ, just in the ring, but again, the time, the 60s. He just put the matters at the time, race, ethnicity, discrimination, he was on the forefront of all that, with many others like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jim Brown. But just his career, who he fought, everything he went through, a kid out of Louisville, Kentucky. I would love to spend a day with Muhammad Ali.
And speaking of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you can see him in Winning Time as well. Great portrayal of that.
And my honorable mention was the colorful, literally and figuratively, Dennis Rodman.
I botched my list so bad, man.
I'm surprised Dennis Rodman did not make your top 5. Because you know what? Let me adjust mine.
I couldn't disrespect Gretzky and leave him out.
Of course.
Honorable mention is, like I said, the colorful Dennis Rodman.
Damn. My list is bad compared. That was a really good list. I really like
that. Is a solid list.
I broke my back. Spinal.
That is the best clip of all time. He told Jim Gray, it's spinal. I can't do the list. I'm sorry.
Spinal.
Top 5. Honorable mention. Doc Rivers. No, I'm just totally joking on that one.
I was going to say, what the hell?
He's in the doghouse. Number 5. Tiger Woods.
Okay.
I'm not much of a golfer.
It'll be a fun time with Tiger Woods. You already know that.
I'd like to play mini golf.
Past or present.
Getting chased by the golf club down his driveway.
You know it's going to be a good time with Tiger Woods, number 5. You'll probably get to play Augusta. You'll probably get to play down here in one of these South Florida courses.
The Woods is not too far. It's in Jupiter.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Right? I see how you did that.
Yeah.
So Tiger Woods coming in at number 5. Number 4, NL MVP Bryce Harper.
That's another great pick.
Seems like a good dude. Do a little batting practice with him. Hang out with him. The wife, the new kid that he has. Not a bad idea. Number 3, Allen Iverson. Let's go gambling.
Okay.
Let's go to Atlantic City. Let's hit the casinos. It's going to be a good time. We're going to run up a bill somewhere. There's going to be some shenanigans. Let's have a good time with Allen Iverson. Number 2. And I say, number 2, Derek Jeter.
Bob Shepard in you there.
Number 2, Derek Jeter. Imagine the party that Derek Jeter is rolling out with right now. The women that he has been with and kept under the radar.
He's a married man now.
He's a legend. Jessica
Absolutely.
Biel, Jessica Alba, go down the list. Mika, I can't even think of her last name, Mika something, but there was a Instagram thing out there, Derek Jeter's starting 9 out there, where it just shows all the beautiful women that he's been with in his day. Derek Jeter will be my number 2.
He's had a good life.
And number 1, shout out to you, Danny Kelly, my nephew, Paige Spiranac.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Paige Spiranac. Rich, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Paige Spiranac.
I'm not.
Get on your computer right now, my friend. Paige Spiranac, a phenomenal golfer, beautiful woman, and she's taught me amazing lessons on my wedge game.
Oh God. This is just not what I expected.
It's the one athlete I would like to hang out with for a day.
I understand.
Yeah, and she's a great golfer. I'm sorry. I'd like to play a round of golf with her. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe she could introduce me to the cart girl. You know, and it'd be a good time. I'm pretty sure I could beat her on the golf course. I'm just saying her golf game looks good. Paige, I'm calling you out right now.
Yikes.
But
married.
Yeah.
You like to score on a goalie, I see.
No. Update that one because.
Oh.
Yeah. Look it up. Not married anymore.
Oh, no.
I don't go after married women, Rich. That's just kind of who I am. I'm sorry. Paige Spiranac, yeah. I'd like to get some tips on the putting green. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's.
God, that guy's yoked. Got some competition.
She left him. Thank you. Obviously for my golf.
It wasn't mutual.
Well, maybe she saw my YouTube video of my golf game because I can get off the tee pretty well. I'm just saying.
I'm not that good of a golfer. Man, I'm a hell of a mini golfer though. I am really good at mini golf.
That's where you save your strokes.
I'm not good at. Like I went to a driving range one time.
You just got to work at it. You're still young.
Yeah, mini golf.
I'm telling you, dude. We get out to the driveway. Do you have your own clubs?
No, I don't go.
That's a problem. All right, so here's what we got.
I used my. I went with my grandfather when I was
maybe if we pull this off correctly, we'll take this podcast, we'll send it out to Paige Spearneck, and we'll just say, hey, Paige, I could beat you in a round of golf. Bring it.
Ain't no way.
That's it. I would take her to town, dude.
I got $100 on Paige. We need to make this happen.
She wouldn't break 80.
Damn.
Depends what course we play. That's the thing, too. We could play a par 3. Her short game is probably nice. I've seen some tutorials on her. But anyway, Paige Spearneck, shout out to you. My number one person, my number one athlete, I'd like to hang out with 24 hours.
That's a good list. I like your lists were great, man. Mine was really bad.
You threw me off with the Paige Spearneck, but that was a good call.
Well, and you know what? My 9-year-old nephew, Danny Kelly, loves Paige Spearneck.
Okay.
And I raised him, I didn't raise him right, but, it's Uncle Brian likes to,
If we could get Paige Spearneck on this
is why
podcast.
I don't have any kids. I like to, I do better with,
I'm gonna hit up Paige Spearneck after this. I'm gonna say,
get a little hashtag.
If we get her on this podcast, man.
Even just to call in. The phone works tonight.
The phone works. Yeah, I happen to have Paige's number, so. Oh, but no, those are solid lists, man. Busy week for basketball. A lot of 40-point games.
A lot of we could go on to LeBron. We could go on to Cat. We could go on to Durant. Durant made the Sixers look stupid, and the Nets made the Sixers look stupid.
Kyrie Irving has made the Nets look stupid. Let's take a look at long term.
Kyrie Irving
costing them seeding.
Yes.
Valuable regular season wins.
Yes.
And again, we're never going to get into politics here. If he got the damn jab months ago, we wouldn't even be discussing this.
You know what's amazing is the Duke, the ACC championship, ACC tournament was played at the Barclays Center, right? Mm-hmm. Duke was in the final. Kyrie Irving was allowed to be in the stands unvaccinated without a mask.
Oh, yeah, no, just for his own home games as well.
Yeah.
You just can't be on the court, which...
So
doesn't make much
you're
sense to me.
allowed to be, and this may sound political, you're allowed to be in the arena, but you can't be on the court if you're.
And a visiting player can.
He was on the court.
So
it's amazing. It's the most asinine thing I have seen going on during this pandemic, and I don't care what the hell I say right now. You're allowed to be in. You should be allowed to be on the. If you're allowed to be in the stands without a mask and unvaccinated, you should be allowed
one
to be
way or
on the
another,
court.
either not there or he's playing and he's part of the team. Let's see what happens if the law does change during the playoffs, because if they play Toronto in the playoffs, he can't play in Canada. So there's
New York's about to lift the mandate too.
In April or soon?
I think in April. Oh, it's just a rumor, but if they do, that would make Kyrie eligible for every game.
Let's in a 7-game series against the Bulls or the Heat. I'm not picking the Nets.
I don't know if it matters because the NBA has their own policy.
Well, here's the thing. Let's go on an airplane and just constantly eat and drink. This way you don't have to wear a mask. And as long as you're eating and drinking, nobody will catch COVID around you.
Right. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you're eating and drinking. You can take that.
But the only difference is he wasn't in a Nets uniform. That's literally the only.
And I think
difference.
he still got fined for it too.
Probably he went into the locker room after, so I think that's what he ended up getting fined for.
It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
But moving over to the West Coast, did you guys see LeBron? I'm going to show you a clip. It doesn't matter if you saw it or not. LeBron and Scotty Barnes. Go ahead and watch this clip.
Looking at Precious saying, come on now. The other way, Scotty.
So a little tie up
battling
there.
James.
Look at it.
And he throws it hard off of Scotty Barnes. And Barnes
I love LeBron
up.
James. I love LeBron James.
Well, his teammates got a bit of a chuckle out of that one.
I love
and Scotty
LeBron James.
I mean, he's down like 20 points. Yep. All of his anger goes out on, I believe he's a rookie. I think. I got him on my fantasy team.
Welcome to the league, Rook.
I think.
That hairline is going minute by minute.
But jeez,
LeBron still has game. LeBron still has game.
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing watching him and Durant. Some of these shots they make, it doesn't even look like the net moves when that ball drops in. It's impeccable.
I think he's the best. I think LeBron's the best.
He's the best I've ever seen.
For sure that I've ever seen. But I think
still gonna go Jordan.
I think he surpassed Jordan.
I'm still gonna go Jordan.
And I can say I've seen Jordan because I'm right around your age group. But the stuff this guy has, the talent,
at that age too, yeah.
Just defensively and offensively, and the way Jordan could hit a shot. Don't get me wrong, but the way LeBron drives the lane and just
bullies people, yeah.
Oh my.
I think Jordan had a little more of a clutch factor to him.
Yes.
Plus the 6 rings, 6 for 6. I'm not going to punish LeBron.
Rings, that's always going to be
for the finals losses. Better to get to the finals than not.
Right.
I don't subscribe to the theory of, look at how many finals he lost.
He lost in the finals.
90% of the time, those teams wouldn't have been in the finals without LeBron. So you have to look at it that way. But I'm still going to go Jordan. Not by much, but...
And there's no wrong argument to it. That's the fun thing about sports is that you can go 1A, 1B, 1, 2. This is why we love,
my 1 and 2. And
this is why we love sports.
3, 4, and 5 we can argue forever. I have the old guys in there like Bill Russell, Chamberlain, and
did you see?
So we got March Madness coming at you live literally tonight, the play-in games. But the real stuff starts on Thursday. I have the day off from work. Don't tell work that. I told them I have a doctor's appointment, and I know what I'm doing all day.
Watching some March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And watching some Ejected podcast.
So it should be a good one. It should be a good episode next week when we come back. We'll see whose brackets still stand, whose look pretty, whose don't. Coming at you live next week for episode 4. For Brian Loftus, Rich Jarbo, and Sonny Palmer, join us again next Wednesday when episode 4 comes out. Thank you for joining us here for the Ejected podcast.